All right, welcome back. I am joined here by Jon McCarthy. How are you, Jon?
Very well, and yourself?
Good, good. Thank you so much for joining us on TV5 News at 4. He is a Maine native who has an amazing book series out. The first two are out, and then one is coming out later
That's right, on August 1st.
All right, perfect. So, before we dive into the books, just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did the love of writing come from?
Well, I like to read, so that's probably where it usually starts.
Yeah.
And I actually started writing this first book about 25 years ago and wrote 40 pages and didn't care for it and put it away. Now, forward all this time later, my wife and I went to see a movie, and when I got done, I said I could write a movie. I could write a book that good, and she said, well, do it then, and then challenge on, and that's how I got started with this. But all of these are based, I was very lucky growing up that I knew my grandparents, my great-grandparents, and even my great-great-grandmother. So they had all these great stories, and that's what these books follow, is this family. It's fictitious accounts, but of real things that actually happened.
Yes, and I noticed that you really like to dive into historical factors as well. So that's really awesome. So just to get started, we're going to start with the Red Road, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. So the Red Road is a real incident that actually happened. It was my great-uncle, Jon McCarthy, who was actually murdered in 1938 on a dirt road, and it was an unsolved mystery, an unsolved murder. And so I said, what might have happened? Now, Jim was one of 17 kids to a widow. So the 17th child was an infant when my great-grandfather died. My great-great-grandfather died, leaving his wife with all these children. So the older kids actually worked outside the home and took care of the farm, and my great-grandfather was the one who ran the farm here. And so what would they do? And so that just kind of went from there.
Wow, that sounds good. Okay, I love mysteries and everything like that. So that sounds really interesting. And then following that? And
so the Mother's McGinn it shifts. So in the first one, it really follows the men. And this really turns to what would it be like to be a widow with 17 children, right? And how would you let them progress on with their own actual lives? So it really follows the women. And it deals with real life things that people come across, like abuse and alcoholism and things like that. But it does have a good culmination at the end. So.
Nice. All right, perfect. And then the County Crossroads, that is the book that will be coming out on August 1st. So tell us a little bit about that.
So this kind of continues the saga, and this focuses a little more on the middle children as they grow up and the people that they meet, and again has different family events that happened in it. But it brings us right up to literally the very brink of World War II.
Wow.
And there's a fourth book that I've just started that picks up from where this left off, so that will be probably sometime around the holidays.
All right, perfect. Well, to be continued. So that's always good to know. I mean, you said you started a while ago, so how does it feel just to get this far with the series?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's one of these things that once it starts, it takes on a life of its own. And when I sit down and start writing, I don't ever write from a plot. I follow Stephen King's advice. I read his book on writing, and he's what's called a pantser, and just as it comes to you. And so I just try and visually think, what would it be like if somebody's in a situation, and then write from there.
Wow, that's awesome. So if the people want to go ahead and get started on this series, where can they go?
They can go to Amazon. Certainly all the books are available. Even County Crossroads is available for pre-order, or they can go to Sherman's, the Sherman's bookstores along the coast.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Jon, for joining us, and we look forward to that fourth one coming out to end the series.